Hello. Happy Wednesday. Let me know how you guys are doing. Comment below. This thing is still spinning. So today we're going to be talking about stress. Let's talk about stress, baby. All right. So comment below. Let me know if you're feeling the effects of all that's going on in the world. Do you have any stress in your life right now? Let me know. I know a lot of people do, only because what I'm seeing in my office with my clients and my patients is they're having an exacerbation of symptoms in their body. So for some people, it's sciatic issue. Some people, it's their low back, their discs just locking up. For some people, it's a neck issue. Their neck is locking up. They can't turn their head. Some people, migraines are being flared. Other people, it's more life stuff. Relationships are really suffering. What is it for you? So the key really to start to work with stress, because here's the thing, it's not going away. If one thing 2020 is going to teach us is to how to learn how to roll with life, right? Uh, One of the coaches that I like to learn from, Brooke Castillo, she says life is 50-50, right? 50% of the time we're happy and joyful and fulfilled, and happy of the time, 50% of the time we're frustrated, mad, angry, depressed, right? Life is a broad spectrum of emotions, and it's not good or bad. It's just part of the human experience. The trick is learning how to roll with them so you don't get stuck in the depressive, frustrated, angry side or stressed out, overwhelmed side of things. Why? Because then relationships suffer. Maybe your health suffers. And if you're a business owner, then your work, your business will suffer because you won't be able to physically be as present and on it and as creative and as productive, right? If you're an employee, then your value for the company will decrease because you're not able to show up to do the job that you know that you're capable of, right? Your ability to be a parent, it suffers because you're not present with your kid at home. You might be off the clock, so to speak, or close shop for your business. But if you're stressed out, and I know this personally, when I'm with my daughter, if I'm really worried and anxious, I'm focusing on that and not so much about playing with Paw Patrol. And she can tell. She'll even say things like, "Mommy, pay attention," or "Mommy, you make the kid talk," or whatever it is. She can catch it. She's a smart little cookie. And I want to be present for her. Like, that brings me joy and happiness. But sometimes I am so stressed out that I can't stop the spinning wheel. So, how do we get through this so we can be more present? We can be more relaxed at home, more productive in our business or with our work, establishing value for a company. How do we reduce the stress when we know it's always going to be here? Stress is just part of life. In fact, a little bit of stress causes us to evolve and grow, right? If you think about it physically, to strengthen muscles physiologically, you have to add stress to the muscles. And that stressor is a physical load or a physical demand of some sort, like a weight, a dumbbell, or maybe like plank pose, a body weight and holding it. That's a stressor. And then what happens is the muscles break down. We feel maybe a little bit of lactic acid sometimes. Our kidneys, they flush that out. And then we rebuild and we're stronger. Same process, right? So a little stress can push us, it breaks us down. So then we get in the discomfort. We're crying, we're screaming, or we want to get out. I made a post about this the other day on Facebook, how my daughter, I caught her right as she was about to cut off her bangs because they were annoying her. I forget the word she used, it's in the post, right? They were very uncomfortable, and she'd been growing them out for some time, and she was just like, enough! I need them gone. So I said, sweetheart, you probably don't want to cut them off because then you're going to have to start over. And that's what we do. We get broken down and we're so uncomfortable with these emotions of growth or the discomfort of growth that we try to get out of it. We shoot ourselves in the foot because then a lot of times we have to start over again. Like if she cut off her bangs, she would have to start growing them out over again. And then it takes much, much longer. And so then there's a higher likelihood of giving up. Whatever that end goal might be for yourself, we just give up. It's taking too long. It's not going to happen. We start to doubt ourselves, lose our confidence, our trust with ourselves. Whether it be for your health, sciatic issue, your business, whatever it may be. So that is why it's super important to recognize this and become aware of it. What's going on? Okay, I'm in the discomfort of growth. I'm working on it. I just got to be patient, stick it through, and I'll come out on the other side. I rebuild, and I'll be a stronger person because of it. That's what's happening to all of us right now in 2020. A lot of us, I know, have been broken down. I've gotten on the phone with numerous people crying, just at their wits' end for various reasons, right? The other thing that 2020 taught us, a big lesson that I'm learning is though, even though one way for some of us to reduce stress is to feel like we're in control of everything, right? So we strategize our day, protect our kids, control the food we eat, what our employees might do, what our spouses might do. But in the end, 2020 has told us we really don't have control over much. And that increases a lot of stress for a lot of people, letting go of the reins, going with the flow. But I have tools to help with this. And in fact, I have a free masterclass coming up for you guys. I created it because I just saw so many people are so stressed out and it's manifesting in all these different ways. So many people are suffering. So I want to give a lot of how do we manage this? What are some tools and techniques? I'm going to drop the link to get registered right in the comments right now. Sorry, I had to pick it up. But in the meantime, as I pick up this link here, let me know what are you really struggling with right now? Is it time management that's causing stress? For me, it is a bit of that because some days my daughter's home from school. Some days she goes to school and she loves it, and we all do great. It really does help with our relationships. She's a lot happier when she goes to school, and I can work, and then when she's home I have a very clean boundary of able to turn off my mind, turn off my business, and just be with her. But because of all the protocols and everything, which I'm very grateful for, all that's in place, decision trees for prevention of the spread of the virus on campus, on the schools, there's days where I get a call and she needs to come home, and then if there's any little suspicion that she's come in contact or maybe has a symptom, then she has to get tested and stayed home for a certain window of time, which is fine. Totally glad they have this all in place to protect everyone. However, then she's home when I didn't expect her to be home, so then I have to manage my time. So is it a time management thing? If you're an entrepreneur, business owner, is it a money management thing, right? Were you able to get those small loans? Are we able to budget? So there's all kinds of reasons why you can be feeling stressed. Maybe you're not in the workforce anymore and you're retired and just feeling this increase in nagging low back soreness because you're worried for your grandkids. You're worried for your kids and their safety and their health. There's lots of reasons. So slowing down is one way to start to become aware of the triggers for each of us based upon experiences of our life, or maybe what we've learned through life, how we perceive life. So the same events, if there's two people at an event or watching this live, for example, they're going to interpret it very differently. So you and a friend might be reading the same Facebook post, and one of you gets triggered into stress and the other doesn't affect you, right? And that's based upon all your past experience and maybe what your parents taught you, or even school when you were a kid, or whoever cared for you. And that's okay. But the only way to make a change is if you become aware, like, is this a habit or a pattern that serves me? Is getting triggered like this into a fight or flight stress response, is it helpful in my life? If it's, again, maybe helping you to grow and evolve and you got to work through that discomfort, it's great. Just keep it. Do more of it if it serves you. If it doesn't, with that awareness, now you can make a change. If you go through life so fast, just crossing things off, right? That's what I used to do. Hustle and grind, cross things off, go to the next, the next, the next. Then you never learn like what's really working, what's not working. You never learn what to become aware of, to have the choice to make a change or not make a change. And it's very counterintuitive to slow down, especially if you feel the pressures of time management or just time, to slow down and just observe so you know what to change, right? It seems like, oh, I just don't even have time for that. That's like going to waste my time doing nothing, right? But on the back end, it can create so much more time. So I highly encourage you to get registered for this free masterclass next week. I'm going to say it in this group. There will be a replay. So I know it's during working hours. It's Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. There will be a replay. If you can show up live, I highly encourage that so you can ask your questions. I have a skeleton of the framework of what I'm going to teach. It's going to be diving deeper into these issues. But also, I leave room for flexibility on topics or questions that people really want covered that's relative to their own life specifically. So if you show up live, then you can ask those questions. Get some results for your time for showing up. But if you can't, I will send a replay so you can listen and you can watch at your own pace on your own time, because I just know how powerful and how important this work is. If you think about it, close your eyes for a second. If you're right here with me, close your eyes and just do a scan of your body right now. Check in with your jaw. Check in with the top of the shoulders. How do they feel? Are they up by your ears? Notice your breath. Is it in your chest? You can feel your heartbeat racing. Is it in your belly? How about your low back, your hips? Notice where you are. Now bring your awareness to any of those areas that are just really calling to you, or maybe you felt some restrictions or tension. And if you can, breathe through your nose. So close your mouth. As you inhale, just allow the belly to rise, fill up without pushing. You don't have to force it. And exhale, open the mouth, let out a long sigh. Just let it go. Inhale, fill up through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth, sigh, let it out. Now reclose the lips. Just breathe through your nose. Inhale, belly, ribs expand, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. And do that a few times. Inhaling for space. bringing in new oxygen, new air, and exhale to let go. Now check in. Check into that same area, your jaw, top of the shoulders, belly, hips, low back. Can you feel a change? How's your mind? For me, if I just slow down and root in, it doesn't even have to be this long, the breath work, then my mind gets more clear, more grounded instead of scattered and spinning. So there's a lot of little tips and techniques and strategies to sprinkle throughout your day that don't take a lot of time, that are free, that might seem counterintuitive because they slow you down, but they're going to create so much more time, more energy, more creativity, more productivity, more presence with your family so your relationships don't suffer on the back end. Okay? So you excited to join me? I can't wait to see you. So make sure you get registered, save your seat. I will see you next Friday. I'll be here Wednesday again next week. If you have a topic that you would like to be discussed, you can always drop it in the link. And if you would like to listen to this week's podcast, it's a great one. I brought on the guest, Amy Clover. She's wonderful. She always has so much to say on health, wellness, not shaming yourself, having compassion for yourself. So I'll drop the link in the comment, or if anyone has it, they can drop it in the comment right now. And I will see you next week, same time, same place. Bye for now.